Hi everyone, this is Renee from RK's Take on Life. Today, for my first time, I'm going to do a very heavy black eyeshadow look. And the reason I'm doing this is I saw it done yesterday and it came out gorgeous, and she said when you use black eyeshadow, it brings out green eyes. So I was going to give it a shot and see if I could make a difference. Sorry, I thought it was a little fuzzy. Anyway, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I've never done it before. I'm gonna try and do the same look she did. So I'm gonna start, believe it or not, with pink. And the pink is gonna be the crease and above. And I'm actually gonna apply this very, very heavy. She applied it very heavily. Now, I've already primed my eyes and face. So what I'm gonna do is actually, I think I'm gonna bring it out a little bit because she did as well. She was very heavily made up. I don't normally go that heavy, but I thought to myself, ooh, I need to go to the salon and get my eyebrows trimmed sooner than later. Okay, so I have done the eye prep. I put on the eye primer, and I've also put on my face primer because you can't have you can put your makeup on without it. However, what ends up occurring is the colors do not look as vibrant as they do with the primer on. Okay, so even if I do this a little bit wrong on the outer edge, what I will do is clean it up with my foundation. Okay, so you can see I'm just keep applying over and over again, swiping it back and forth, giving it a nice heavy look. And again, I've brought it out far to the edge, giving me kind of a winged look. I'm bringing it up and back. Now what I will do is go from side to side and make sure that the colors turn out pretty much the same. The sides turn out the same. Again, this is a much more bolder look than I normally do. And again, I'm just applying this in the crease and above, and I'm putting it on nice and heavy. This is actually from the Too Faced palette. This color, it's called New Money, and it is a nice bright pink. And the bright pink will be in contrast to the dark black. All right, now I am moving on to the black color. The black color, I'm actually using the Pat McGrath palette. It's, I believe, one of the Mothership palettes, and it's this nice matte black. And this will go on, believe it or not, the eyelids. Like I said, I don't normally do this kind of a look. Now this has to go on extremely heavy because otherwise it'll look not pretty. It needs to be as heavy as I can put it on. And I'll tap it on and then fill it in. And I'll bring this up actually into the crease. So I will cover up a little bit of the color that I already put in. Whoa, that is dark. Now I will blend the two colors in the middle because I do want it to not be like a stark line. But I'm applying this as heavily as possible. And she's right, it does bring out the green in your eyes. Now, I probably could not pull this off at work. I think it would be just a little bit heavy. However, if I was going out for dinner or something, I could do this. Now, black can, the black eyeshadow, because it is so dark, right? It can crease a little bit where the fold of your eye is. So what I would recommend, which I did, is after I put on my primer, I did put on a little bit, and I mean a little bit of powder underneath. I used my setting powder, and it's just to make sure that I prevent any creasing from occurring. I do know that they have kind of like a black primer that you can put on underneath. I don't have that because, like I said, I saw this yesterday and I thought to myself, oh, my God, that's gorgeous. I've got to give it a try. And that's what I'm doing. Now, she also had fake eyelashes. I don't have them. They're actually not with me right now. So I'll just do a regular mascara eyelash. Now you got to make sure you cover every inch of your skin. You don't want to have any of the skin popping through. And you can see I am tapping this on versus swiping it on because I do want to give it as heavy a coverage as possible. I'm coming into the outer corners, or inner corners, sorry, just to make sure that I cover all the skin. I will add a little bit of brightening in there, so that way it does look better. All right, so you can see this is pretty dark. Pretty dark is what I was going for, yet I still have that bright pink on the upper lid. All right, so now I'm going to take the blending brush that I used to put on the bright pink, and I'm going to blend these two together. I just want the colors to really kind of meld. So I am using two different palettes today. I am using the Pat McGrath for the black, and I am using Too Faced for the pink. I think they go well together. And I am gonna, just like I said, blend the two. I do have a little bit of the pink on as I am blending the two colors together, just to give it a softened edge. Because although it is dark black, I don't want a harsh edge. So you can see I got a little bit of fallout. Always happens, particularly with the darker colors. All right, so there. Now, what I'm going to do is take some of my concealer, and I'm going to apply it strategically around my eyes. I'm not done with my eyes by any way, shape, or form, but I do want to clean up a little bit around the eyes right now before I go any further. So, I'm going to take this. Now I am using my fingers. Most people will use a brush or a blending bud, but I prefer my fingers. And you can see I'm tapping it into place, brightening underneath the eye, cleaning up the fallout from the dark shadow. Oh, you can see I smeared that. All right, so back into the concealer I go for a little bit more, because I kind of smeared that out. Now I want to bring the black up into the purple, into the pink wing, but I gotta clean this up a little bit first. Again, I don't normally do such a heavy eye. I feel like I'm a little bit fair for this. But what I will do is apply a whole lot. Now this is, ooh, pretty look. This is a lot lighter than the rest of my skin tone right now, which is fine. I want to brighten under the eyes, and when I put on my foundation, it'll work it out. All right, so back into the palette I go, and I'm gonna pull some of the black up with a angled brush, this brush right here. Now this is the first time I'm doing this, so if it doesn't come out okay, it is what it is. I will wash it off and start over. That's what I will do. But you're seeing it as I do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit up into the outer corner. Kind of blend these two out. Now whatever doesn't work here, I can fix. Like I said with the oh, look at that. That worked. That really did work. All right, let's see if we can do the same thing over here. Now I will come back in with the prime or the concealer and kind of fix this a little bit. All right, I'll add a little bit of the pink back in because I don't want to lose that pink at all. I want to keep that pink alive in the colors. Now this is going to take a little bit longer. I usually like to stay on for about 15 minutes, but I promise you I will be under hopefully 20. Okay. How's that? So what I'm going to do is come back in with the concealer and clean up the winged area a little bit. I'm not using a lot of the concealer, just a little bit, and as you can see it does brighten under my eyes. I generally don't like to go too bright under my eyes because of the fact that I have wrinkles there and I don't like to draw attention. But with this look, I really, it's a nice dark bold look. So I do want it to be a little bit brighter underneath. All right, so now what I'm going to do is apply all my foundation in the rest of my face, and I will be right back to finish up my eyes. Okay, so I've applied my face, and you can see I've put on not only my foundation but a little bit of primer, a little bit of bronzer and blush. I used a peach-based blush because peach actually will bring out the green in your eyes. All right, so now I'm going to take a lighter, more shiny color, brighter color, and place it into the corner of my eyes just to brighten it up a tad. You can see it'll open up the eyes quite a bit because this is such a dark and heavy look. I am just placing it in the corners ever so slightly to brighten up the eyes. Now, back to the black I go. And yes, I'm putting more black on, believe it or not, because I don't have enough. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the black that I used at my eyelids, and I'm going to bring it down underneath, right here, ever so slightly, just below the waterline. And what I will do is also blend it out, kind of giving it that not so harsh but more of a smoky look. Okay, so I will take a blending brush, just a little bit, and just kind of unharshen the color there, kind of soften it up. Alright, so you see it kind of softened the black so it's not so harsh. Now I will take my pencil eyeliner and put it on the waterline of my bottom lash. Again, pulling that full, wow, that full smoky look together. Actually, dark look together. Alright, so now my eyes, with the exception of my mascara, are just about done. So I will be right back after I've applied my mascara. Okay, now to complete the look, what I'm going to do is tightline. I'm going to take my, alright, so I did put on my eyelashes, so you can see I put on just mascara. I left my my fake eyelashes at home, so I just did the, so if I did have fake eyelashes, it would look even more spectacular, just saying. Alright, so now I'm going to take this recently sharpened pencil and tightline it. I want to fill in the areas on the waterline, giving it an even more darker look. You need to sharpen it because you don't want a dull pencil when you're doing this. And that just kind of completes the overall look. All right, so last but not least is the lips. So I have decided to go with this nice bright color, and I have this other color which is much lighter, and I am actually going to give myself more of a poutier look, a fuller lip look, by using the lighter color in the middle. I'm applying the brighter color first. You can do this either way. You can apply the light color first and then the darker color to the outer lips, or vice versa. Nice bright lip with my nice bright eyes. Dark eyes, I should say. Ooh, we're having quite the storm right now. Okay. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is take a lighter color. This is a much lighter color, and apply it right smack dab in the middle of my lips. And it'll make my lips look just a little more fuller. You see how it's very subtle, yet it does work. You don't need to have a huge difference in color. Just enough. Alright, so now what I will do is kind of tap it out, kind of blend it together so there's not a stark line of where I started and where I finished. Kind of ombre it out. And you can see how it does make my lips look a little bit fuller. So this is the first time I have ever taken black and put it actually on my eyelids, and I actually think it came out pretty decent for my first go around. Like I said, if I had my false eyelashes with me, and I don't know that I would necessarily use this color. This is a little orangey red for me. I think a brighter red would have done a better job. Anyways, this is my first time doing a nice dark look on my eyes, and I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I cannot thank you enough for joining me. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Thank you.